This is Shawn Cardoza with the Cardoza Real Estate Group and Keller Williams Realty, and I have special guest with me today, Mike Benevedes. Mike, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Mike, tell me a little about yourself. What do you do? Where do you work? What do you do? Where do you work? Good question.
What do I do?
There you go.
Where do I work? So I work with you. I work with with Keller Williams, the Cardoza Real Estate Group. I'm a realtor. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, and I absolutely love it. We've got a great team and love them to death.
And I'm going to correct Mike already on this because he hasn't been doing this for 2.5 years. He has been actually doing this since 2006.
Well, 2007. Yeah, I mean, at this stint, it's been 2.5 years, but I've actually had my license since 2007.
Okay, so he had a little stint, and when he went AWOL from the real estate world, but not really because it never left his blood, right?
No, never left my blood.
Okay. So this is a Q&A. So keep in mind, if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask questions. This is, I think we're on number 4 or maybe even number 5 now. I'm not 100% sure on that for these live videos, but I've had really good feedback. We've had 300 plus people go through and look at these videos. So we try to make them short and sweet because I know that you only have so much time in your day. So this one today is on contingencies. We just want to talk for a moment about contingencies, the most important items you need to think about for contingencies. Before we jump on that, I just want to make sure you know exactly who we are. The Cardoza Real Estate Group is it's a real estate team within Keller Williams Realty in 2 market centers in 2 states. We're in the state of California in the Central Valley, which includes Tulare and Kings counties, but we do sell from border to border in the state of California. We've sold homes at the coast. We sell homes at the coast all the time. I believe we have one listing over there right now. Anyway, all over California, but we also do sell in the state of Idaho, specifically the southwest area. We are a team, an expansion team in the state of Idaho out of Keller Williams Realty Southwest Idaho, which is also the Keller Williams Realty Boise Market Center. So we have 25 agents on the team between the 2 states, and we are busy. Even through everything that's going on, we're still helping buyers not be homeless and sellers to reach their goals so they can get into their next home, going strong. And today it sounds like the economy has been slowly turning back on, which is great. Celebration time. Thank you everyone for doing your social distancing and doing your part, and let's keep doing that. So again, let's jump straight into contingencies. So Mike, there's some very most important things that we need to think about when it comes to contingencies. What are those things? What are we looking for? What's most important?
Well, I would have to say the most important thing is making sure that your buyer or seller is protected. You never want to get them make sure that they're homeless. You never want to have an instance where they're homeless. So you want to make sure that you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and you're having good communication with all the members that are involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mike, I know in the past working side by side with you for so many years now that at least for 2.5 years now we've worked side by side. I have seen you do 3- and 4-way contingencies where buyers, you have a buyer buying this house, and you're helping the seller on this one, and then there's a buyer's agent on the other side and a seller's agent on the other side. How far deep have you gone with contingencies, and what are the things that you're looking for throughout the process?
Well, I've actually been involved in one that was 4 deep, meaning that we had a buyer. They were selling their property, and so there was this property, another property, and then 2 others that were deep. So 4. It's really important that you're staying in contact with everybody and you're communicating really well. You have your lenders, you have your escrows, and you have your buyers and sellers and so forth. So you want to make sure that you're communicating with every party involved as much as you possibly can.
Yeah. Making sure that there's never anyone falling below. I had a contingency recently where an agent just was not telling us all the information about what was going on, and it nearly killed the entire transaction. So communication is key. As long as we're all talking and keeping up, it's actually a fairly simple process. Most important thing is our contingencies. I'm sorry, our counters and our listing oh my goodness, having a brain fart. Our listing in of itself needs to make sure it's noted this is a contingency sale, that the sale of this property is subject to the replacement of the seller's replacement property, of the purchase of the seller's replacement property. Goodness, I'll get it out. We got to make sure we have that verbiage in there and that it's covered and that that seller is completely covered. And then for the buyer, we got to make sure we're putting that in there in the offers, that there is a contingency of the sale property. Mike, what do you think about a buyer that wants to go look at a bunch of properties and ready to put some offers on some properties, but their house is not on the market yet? What's your suggestion to that?
Well, I mean, I personally have no problem with that. You want to make sure that their house is on the market. That's the best situation that you have. But you know what, if they want to go out and test the market and, test the waters and stuff and look at properties, I have no problem with that at all. I'll help them out as well. As much as I possibly can. Yeah. So.
Good. Yeah, so we will show, even though the property is not on the market, we will, number one most important thing is that you're pre-qualified, ready to go. Number two will be that we get that property on the market subject to a replacement property, so you're never homeless. We can allow showings. We can lock offers in as that can actually sit there while you're looking for a replacement property. If the property is priced right and a buyer really wants this property, they'll wait for it. That's what I found. What about you?
The same. I think if they really have their heart set on a particular property, they're going to do whatever they can to get that particular property. So they have control of their property, so they can their motivation can can dictate what the price is and how fast they actually get it onto the market. Mm-hmm. So.
Is an offer much stronger with a property that is showing active on the market or even pending as a subject to? Is it stronger?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you feel?
Absolutely, yeah. There's the other agent is a lot more comfortable with the house currently on the market, and if it has offers, if it's currently in escrow, that's the ideal situation. But yeah, definitely if it's on the market, yeah, there's a lot more confidence that this situation is going to go a lot faster.
Yeah, you put an offer on a property and subject to the sale of your property, but your property is not on the market where the seller can see it, but they're receiving 2 or 3 other offers, may not be as strong of an offer, 2 or 3 other offers that are not contingency. What's going to make them choose yours over the others? Probably nothing. But if they see your property, that you're actively, it has to do with motivation. If you're really not showing much motivation to sell your property because you're not willing to put it on the market yet, subject to you getting a replacement property, you're never homeless. Meaning you can lock it in, but it's not selling unless you find a replacement property. Exactly. You're completely safe. It does protect you, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to have your your property on the market for the right price. You want to control all those variables, and the thing is with if you have a particular property that you want, your motivation level is going to dictate your control of those variables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. If you want to buy this property and you want to get in on it, you should have your property. Best scenario is have your property on the market ready to go, or actually have it locked in as a contingency sale, and you're almost just as strong as another offer that does not need to sell a property.
Exactly.
But most importantly is to make sure you have a good agent that's going to actually protect you with those type of items, making sure the correct verbiage is in there to make sure you're never homeless, to make sure that you're 100%, that basically you're never homeless. That's most important. We want to make sure that people are writing good, strong offers, having as much opportunity as everyone else does at this property. So anyway, that's my spiel on it. So thank you, Mike, so much. Any other things? Anyone have questions? I see Jonathan Lopez on there. Thank you, Jonathan. Cammie, thanks for jumping in. Melissa, Angie, Reese, Liz, James, thank you all for jumping in there. If any of you have any questions about contingencies or anything else, feel free to leave your message below and we'll answer your message. So we'll go back through these during the week and see if there's any questions in here that need to be answered. So, but thank you so much for jumping on. Just wanted to get on here real quick and give you a little bit of insight on a contingency sale to make sure you're plenty prepared to get your offer accepted as a buyer and plenty protected with the right thing helping you. So thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. You have a great day. Anyone have any questions, remember, leave questions in the comments. Talk to you soon. Bye now.
Bye-bye.